For anyone who doesn't know, our website, NintendoWorldReport.com, has been around for a while. In September of 1999, just a few months after the release of Pokemon Snap on Nintendo 64, our own Justin Nation dreamed up a sequel on the Dolphin. The Dolphin itself would of course become the GameCube, but Justin's Pokemon Snap sequel would take another 2 decades to arrive. So with new Pokemon Snap just around the corner, let's look back on our thoughts from 1999. Imagine yourself walking through a dense jungle, carefully trying not to rustle the leaves all around you. Among the dense sounds of insects making their rounds all about you, there is a hint of something else. Training your ear more carefully, you hear an unusual call off to the right. You move slowly in that direction, trying to remain safely within the cover of the vegetation so you don't betray your location to the creature you hope to catch a glimpse of. Finally, you seem to think the sound is close enough that you stop to pull out your trusty binoculars and begin spying through the trees. There, high in the trees, you spot it. The elusive Pokemon you've been searching for. Slowly, you pull out your camera and strain to get a picture. As an experiment in something new, Pokemon Snap opened some eyes with Nintendo's trademark creativity once more, but now it's time to consider how to move this creative line forward. The first thing to go when considering a sequel to this title is the fact that the game was played on rails. Given that this game was the first of its kind, the lack of opportunities for player initiative were acceptable. But in order to make a larger gaming experience with room for puzzle solving and exploration, the ideal mode of play for the sequel would be akin to a first-person shooter. Imagine a setup similar to GoldenEye in this right, holding your camera with a telephoto lens and zooming to 10, then to 50 times magnification to get a glimpse of a magnificent Pokemon high in the trees. Hey, future narrator here. For those of you under the age of 23, GoldenEye was essentially the gold standard, no pun intended, for first-person games on consoles back in the day. I know it might seem weird to use a first-person shooter as an example for this, but there weren't really like first-person walking simulators back then. Alright, now back to 1999. The thing is, this is a mere singular experience among the many you would have within the overall adventure. You start as a wannabe world-famous Pokemon photographer on a deadline to photograph all of the world's Pokemon for a magazine contest. The problem is, when you start out, all you'll have is some humble equipment that will be good for a few shots, but that will quickly have to be replaced by something a little more substantial. How will you ever succeed? Finding that out would be part of the fun. So here are the basic features. A minimum of the original 150 Pokemon from Red and Blue. Hey, a quick note from the future here, there were only 250 Pokemon at the time this was written, rather than the 898 that there are today, not counting some variants. Alright, continue. There would be a very wide array of locations in which to find the Pokemon you seek. Many specific Pokemon would be in their appropriate environment, but there would always be a few hidden surprises to be found along the way. There would be an RPG-like upgrade system, where as you take better shots of more obscure Pokemon, you get to choose different areas to improve, both in your equipment, distance you could zoom, different shot modes like night vision, higher capacity film, etc. Another note from the future, cameras used to shoot on film, not memory cards. Yeah, there's a lot to catch up on from 1999 to now. Alright, back to the thing. You would also be able to upgrade your character's stealth and jumping, etc. The player would choose for themselves what to improve and when, making for a more diverse experience from person to person. You'd be able to adventure both in daylight and at night, possibly also including different weather conditions, all contributing to the availability and visible activities of different Pokemon. Now additionally, with things like internet support, you could have contests to see who could find specific Pokemon and get the best pictures of them. Possibly you could even find codes on a website to unlock different areas for people to compete in. You could also utilize an internal clock in order to have time or date specific events happen in the game, migrations, feeding schedules, springtime hatchings, etc. Alright, we're back in the future now. So, how did we do? Well, there are 200 Pokemon in the new Pokemon Snap, and Justin only requested 150, though that's out of an amount that Justin couldn't have dreamed of back in 1999. There are indeed both daytime and nighttime versions of each track, just like Justin proposed. While obviously new Pokemon Snap is still on rails, it does have a sort of leveling system that allows you to access new tracks through a given environment. It isn't quite the level of freedom we were dreaming of back then, but it does serve a similar purpose of allowing the player to more fully explore each environment. Alright, so we didn't quite nail it, but I mean, what can you expect? Predicting 20 years into the future is hard. Thanks for watching, and don't forget to subscribe for more Pokemon Snap coverage. If you enjoy diving deep into the NWR archives like this, let us know, or just head over to NintendoWorldReport.com and do a little digging of your own. We've been covering Nintendo non-stop since 1999, and all that history is just a few clicks away. If you want to chat with us, you can head over to our Discord, there's a link in the description, and you can stick around for information on our Patreon. I'm John Reardon, thank you very much for watching, and I will see you next time. This video was made possible by our generous supporters on Patreon. Did you know that Nintendo World Report is funded directly by fans like you? When you support Nintendo World Report on Patreon, you get immediate access to multiple exclusive podcasts every month, exclusive Discord channels, an early look at select content, and more, all for as little as $1 a month. Check out patreon.com/NWR for all the details.